Okay, hi everyone. This is Dan here from the Bookkeepers Academy. If you're looking at this webinar, it means you are probably looking to see what's out there, what opportunities are there, what would suit you. And what we're doing here is just in a bid to try and explain what is the Professional Bookkeepers Academy about, what do we do, how would it suit you, may or may not be a fit for you. So I've endeavored to bring Anne Hannon on with me, who is the CEO of the Bookkeepers Academy and also the CEO of an account software package called Sort My Books. And you're very welcome. And thank you for doing this with me, because I certainly couldn't explain, but I am sure you will explain what you do. So we will kick off and just ask you, Anne, why you do what you do. Why does the Bookkeepers Academy do what it does?
Thank you, Dan. And I'll try and be brief, but as we know, that's not my forte. So this is a bit of a story. We are 21 years in business this year, and my sister and I, Aileen, started this business, and we were working for an accounting practice, and our job was, when a business owner came in with the shoebox full of receipts, was to turn that into a set of accounts. And what we found is that the business owner would come in the first day to talk to their accountant because they were so excited about setting up their business. So they would sit down with the head accountant, and he would be helpful. He would tell them all about go off and work away and bring us everything, all your paperwork, and we'll sort it all out. And it was kind of that sort of a conversation, very vague. And so when the business owner would come back and for their year end, what would happen at that point is that the accountant would tell them, here is the tax you owe, this massive bill they weren't expecting. Here you also have to pay 90% of that for next year. And here's my bill. And the business owner, who would be, they would be doing this because they were good at what they do, but they wouldn't know anything about accounts, and they would just be devastated. It was in our opinion, a brutal process, and completely unhelpful. And unfortunately, even though 21 years have passed and we've had huge technological changes in that time, not an awful lot has changed with that process.
Yeah, so you're talking there about then where you went from there. So your answer to that call, and was initially the software.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about the software, and then your realization then that you really should integrate bookkeepers into all this?
So we thought we could make this really easy if we made we were both from a computer systems background. We
Yes.
thought arrogantly enough that we could make a software system that would do everything. It would be magic, and this would be the answer to all the business owners' prayers. And unfortunately, that's not how it worked out. What we realized is, with the best will in the world, the business owner doesn't have the time or the inclination to do their books to the detailed level that it needs in order to be valuable. Bookkeeping, like everything else, is an 80-20. And what that means is that it's the final 20% of the bookkeeping that gives you 80% of the value. And so we realized what we needed was good quality bookkeepers to be on board with this, with our software. So the software and the bookkeeper was going to give us the results we were looking for. And it was that we needed the bookkeepers that shared the same values as us, which is that we are all about empowering business owners around their finances. We want them to have that financial control. And so the Bookkeepers Academy is specifically for bookkeepers who share that value.
Yes, so what I'm hearing is that the software, where it's brilliant, it was only half the solution, really. But then the integration of the software plus highly trained bookkeepers brought the whole solution to the your clients. Because I definitely resonate with that, because I was that business owner that rocked into the accountant full of confidence and came out an absolute mess, and I remember it. And even when I'm listening to you, I'm breaking into a cold sweat, that it's the stuff that kept me up at night. And so where can you see it going on? Because you seem to have a real handle now on the challenges that are out there, especially for the SMEs. You seem to have an all-encompassing solution. So where do you see your mission? Where do you see it going?
So our vision is for financially empowered business owners. And we know that to get there, you need the software and you need the right bookkeeper. And we are also, we see ourselves as cheerleaders for bookkeepers. We want to rid the world of bad bookkeeping practice. And often a business owner doesn't realize that bookkeeping, good bookkeeping, is the thing that's missing from their business. And so we want to get that message out there, and we want to clean the place up, Dan. We want to clean up small business accounts.
Yeah, and again, I see that you have educated me and over the years, because as you know, I know absolutely nothing about accounts, bookkeeping, and another thing I don't want to know. I train businesses and in marketing. That's what I do. That's what I love doing. But I know when we're recording this now at the start of 2021, I know my tax liability already for 2020.
Yes.
And I think that is the big change. Yeah. And also at the click of a button on my iPhone, I can address like very quickly. I remember driving somewhere when one of my clients rang me and said, Dan, we want to pay you that invoice. We can't find it. And I said, give me a minute. I was on hands-free while I was driving, I know, but I pulled in. I got my phone. I logged on to Stop My Books. I found the invoice. I clicked a button. And then I got a text message about 5 minutes after. Thanks, Dan. That money is transferred. That to me was awesome.
That's what I'm talking about, Dan, is that accounts have for too long been this mysterious dark art, and they're trapped on a dusty computer in the corner that only one person knows how to operate. Yes. And that's where we're bringing it out into the light, where this information is solid gold and where it can be used. And for you to say that, to go from the person who had, I know you had awful problems with your first business, and to see you go from that to here it is, it's only February and you already know what your tax liability is for last year. That's exactly the sort of empowerment and control that we want for business owners.
Yes, and I suppose for people who are listening to this webinar, what we are trying to do here, I suppose, is highlight the challenge that is out there for the SMEs, and becoming a highly professional bookkeeper, you bring the solution to that challenge. So your journey so far, and I suppose I could pick it up there, that I've been very lucky to be working with you for the last, I don't know how long, must be 18 years at this stage, where we were both there at the birth of the Bookkeepers Academy. And what I noticed is that the caliber of people that the Academy has attracted, it's been phenomenal.
We have been so impressed by the people that have joined us. They're just incredible. The expertise that we have now in the community is we have we have an industrial engineer who's an expert in costing. We have an international VAT expert. We have a payroll expert. We have someone who's expert in finance, in the best financial vehicles for small businesses. Everyone that comes, there's nobody coming straight from school. Everyone is coming with their experience behind them, and it's just incredible.
Yes, and the needs in the marketplace, we have touched on it briefly, but you would be the expert in all things finance, where I'm not. Do you want to expand a bit more on the needs in the marketplace then?
I do. So there is a huge need for quality bookkeeping in the small business community. And what we find is that even though, as I said, we've been in business for about 21 years, the method, and there's the technology that's out there, the things that are out there now to make a business owner's life easier, it's advanced enormously, and most of them are not getting any of those benefits. And the big issue is that the way that accounting is done, and I'm not bashing accountants, I'm saying it's a different service. What accountants are offering is compliance. So they will do a VAT return today, but they won't do the bank recs relating to that until the end of the year needs to be filed. So whereas a bookkeeper will give a business up-to-date financials so that you know your profit last month, not your profit last year, so that you know, like, what are our sales trends? Where are we spending money? Where can we cut costs? Those questions can be answered at the click of a button or a quick call to your bookkeeper. That's what we're after. And those needs, businesses may not understand that it's bookkeeping that they're after, but usually it is. It's quality bookkeeping. And here's the thing, without quality bookkeeping, nothing else can be done. So you'll see people offering high-priced financial services, management accounting services. None of that can be done if somebody hasn't done the bookkeeping first. So bookkeeping is the foundation of all business control.
Yes. And I notice as well, the question, like, what PBA bring to that marketplace? And I see, and I know all the graduates, I see them bringing a whole new set of modern skills, using modern technology. And I find that the graduates become educators of the client. I've seen some clients, and they have they're customers of our graduates, and they show me their iPhone, and they show me the technology, what they can do in 3 clicks, and they have that information.
That's it. It's the key thing is efficiency. We're all about paperless, and to have those systems, that would be one of the key things that our PBA graduates are bringing to their clients, is that education. It's not business as usual. It's not a million spreadsheets. It's not paper all over the place. It's cleaning up all of that.
And we notice as well that, as you said a while ago, the people who are attracted to the Bookkeepers Academy are not straight out of school. They really have life experience as well. And I think that's what attracts them, because, we have one of them, one of the graduates had a very, very busy catering business, 100 hours a week, peak season, really working very hard. And he has become a really good educator to the clients on how to work smarter and use technology. And again, we're going back to the Bookkeepers Academy and the reason why people should look at this opportunity. We're talking about the marketing program. Now, to explain to people who are watching this, I remember when we started out, we just concentrated on showing people how to become a bookkeeper. And it was great. They had a lovely certificate. Everything was great, but they had no clients. And I've seen that people who are looking at opportunities said, that's all well and good. It's great that we're bringing a solution to the marketplace, but where do I get clients? How do I get clients? And I'm finding there's a lot of professional people who are really, really good at what they do, but building a practice around that. You can be a great bookkeeper, but building a bookkeeping practice is a whole different set of skills. So when we decided to bring in the marketing program, that means then the graduates who come on are learning two programs in parallel. I'd be right in saying that. Yeah.
Yes.
So they bring on, so you teach them all about bookkeeping, and then I pick up the mantle then of teaching them how to build a bookkeeping practice, which is a 12-month program. So we walk through it. How did you find the marketing aspect then of the Bookkeepers Academy?
So we, just like you said there, we found that when this program has been iterating through its for the past 6 years. And when we started with just the bookkeeping, it wasn't enough, because people were, okay, I've got my bookkeeping now. How do I get clients? So that was the key thing, is the how do I get clients piece. And we found merging it with the marketing program was the best thing we did. And that really gave us the community also, because it keeps us all together. We go, as you know, I know I'm jumping ahead a little here, but onto the mastermind program. So we keep that communication going, and we keep the community going for support and accountability.
Yeah, and I know I suppose the 12-month program, where we work with people to grow their business. When I get a lot of inquiries, the inquiries come to me, as you know, for the Academy. They're inquiring, they want to know, what's this all about? Is there an opportunity for me here? Is it a fit? Does it fit my skill sets? One of the big things that they look for, and they ask me and all the time, is community and support. And I think that's a big thing. And, you know, when we're looking at the 12-month program on the marketing side to grow your business, we'll go back to the bookkeeping in a second. But these are the modules we look at in the marketing side, is your vision. You know, what exactly do you want? You're going to all this trouble and expense to join the Bookkeepers Academy. Why? Usually I find it's not necessarily make more money, but save time, you know, and we'll be showing some examples at the end of this, but the time. So we really look at the vision, we look at the mission, we look at the target market. I never really realized that there is such thing as working with the people you want to work with, as just opposed to working with people. The right target market means people you want to work with. They respect what you do. They pay you on time. They don't argue about the rate. And if you want them to do something, they do it for you. And I find that chokes a lot of companies, that they don't identify the right target market. So that means then that 20% of their clients take up 80% of their time. So we work an awful lot on that. Like, people say, do you want more business, better business, or give me my life back? In other words, you're working something, you're after building a monster. So the marketing program is not just about getting clients, it's about getting the right type of client. And the type of client that want to organize their finances. They want to do this. And we work a lot on that. And just to go back then, and can you give us a brief outline of what you do on the bookkeeping side of the program?
So we have this, we have all of our modules are available online. You have full support from our course tutors while you're doing this, but you can schedule your modules around your own time. We give you a sample set of books to do, so a full year. So from start to finish of a sample business, from opening balance to year end close off, going through Irish VAT on the way, and where the emphasis is on, it's all cloud technology that we're looking at. So we're going for maximum efficiency. for receipt capturing software, live bank feeds. We want that you're working paperless with your client, that you're helping them to implement a paperless system. And what that does for you is that it means there's no limitations on your business geographically. Your clients can be anywhere in the country. They don't have to be your neighbors. And they probably will, you'll find plenty of work locally as well. We found there's a huge demand everywhere, but also you can be doing this work from your villa in France. It's that kind of thing that it's very much emphasis around paperless and efficiency and getting the quality of bookkeeping together that you will be able to provide real benefit to your clients. You'll be able to give them the reporting that really helps them make those key business decisions.
Okay, and as you know, I know absolutely nothing about bookkeeping and don't want to know. I will always employ a bookkeeper, but I think you got me on the villa in France bit. I like that part. What I want to ask you about, again, is the community. What the inquiries I get and would be, what kind of support is there? Am I working with other bookkeepers? Is there a community? And also, they keep asking me about, well, what happens? Okay, I go on the bookkeeping course and I go on the marketing program and I'm on there for 12 months. What happens then?
Yeah. So we have, we're very proud of the community that we've built, and we have our mastermind program where we meet once a month, again on Zoom. And so we're able, again, that's for support and accountability. And what you'll find is that there's always somebody in the group that will have expertise in an area that you don't. So for example, this week, one of our graduates was taking on payroll from a client for the first time. So he connected up with one of our other graduates who's a payroll expert. So she was able to help him out there. And he said, like, the stress relief of that, he said, he had taken it on, which is great. We always say, take on things, even if you're not sure that you're ready for it, because the support is there. So he took that on, and then he got support from one of the other members too. And so he's off and running now. And yeah, that's the kind of thing we mean, that there is support available for there's different levels of expertise, and equally you'll have expertise that the others don't have.
Yes, I remember we even have a graduate who is an expert in companies that want to produce some products in China. He's a real expert on that, so it's brilliant to see. And the funny part is that I facilitate that mastermind that you talk about, a person who absolutely knows nothing about bookkeeping. But it's good to listen to you talking about all the intricacies and VAT and all. It's brilliant to see the collective intelligence.
Yeah,
that's those mastermind sessions. So I suppose just to more wrap this up, that people that are looking at this webinar, they're probably trying to imagine, okay, so where will my life change, or what benefit is this going to be? I'm putting a lot of time into this, I'm putting a lot of money into this. Where's the difference? And I suppose I, for one, would remember one of the stories of one of the graduates where she was working and commuting 4 hours every day, 5 days a week. So that's 20 hours in a car every week. And I remember she saying that her husband worked nights. So when we say they were literally meeting in the driveway, that's exactly what they were doing. They were absolutely ships on the night, and their child was really losing out. And what she found was that when she got this opportunity, she became a qualified bookkeeper through the academy, and she did the 12-month marketing program. She more or less left her existing job, and she just went like, whew, like just complete change. And she found that the difference in the child was one of the big things, you know. And I'm sure, Anne, you have shared some stories as well.
I do. I have two of my favorites. One is one of our graduates. He's married. He has 3 children. 2 have special needs. He was on the road all the time. He was working in finance. He was driving all around the country. He looked at this opportunity. He knew he needed to change. He knew he was in constant battle with the school to get the resources needed for his children. So it was an awful situation. He took this on. He jumped in with it, you know, fully on board with it. And he sent me an email to say that just, you know, by the end of his first year of doing the program, he had, you know, first of all, he did the program faster than anyone else we've ever seen. And he passed his exam with flying colors. And then he said that from that year of him being at home, the difference with his children was incredible. The progress they had made from having him and his wife both there home, able to help them. And I was crying reading the email. It was just beautiful. And then he said also about, like, you would think, okay, that's great, but where's the money coming from? He hadn't climbed down his ambitions. During that time, he had also managed to sign up 26 clients. Now that he is exceptional, I will say we were just so impressed with him. And the other one is the you mentioned him before, that he had his 100-hour catering business, and he now works 3 days a week, and he has time for his fishing season.
Yeah, and also I suppose it's important again for the people that are looking at this, that in normal franchises, you know, franchises charge the graduates a percentage of what they turn over and all that. And we don't do that because, as we agreed, it doesn't fit our business model, because we have other graduates and all they wanted was 3 clients. Thanks very much. I'm semi-retired. That's all I want. So we're not putting any pressure on anyone to build any kind of a business. It's up to themselves, the level of business they want. And really, we really encourage people to address your lifestyle and then design this business in and bolt it on to support the lifestyle. And that's the big thing. You know, I feel really sorry, and I think I have a softer heart than you, because I know that story you're talking about. I was a quivering mess when I read that email, and I was talking to the particular graduate we're talking about here. And I remember he saying to me, I rang him on the phone. I says, "Where are you?" He says, I'm walking with my kids, and they're after finding a tree house, and they're excited. And oh my God, it would just grabs the heartstrings, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
So just to wrap it up, and what would you say to people, you know, if they're listening to this?
What I would say is, you know, I think we've given you a snapshot of what we're about. We've given you an idea of our values. And if those values resonate with you, if you think, yeah, those are people that I think I would like to work with, I would like to join that community, then by all means, come and have a chat with us, and we'll answer whatever other questions that you have.
Yes. And you know, it may or may not be a fit for everyone, but we don't mind. We'd just love to take the calls and discuss whether it's a fit or not. Our business model is, we're not looking for a massive amount of bookkeepers. We're looking for quality and people that can make a difference in their own lives. So, and with that, thank you very much for joining me on this webinar. And I hope to the people looking at it that we've explained in some small way what exactly PBA is about. And it's, as always, and it's a pleasure working with you.
Thank you, Dan.